Welcome everyone. Welcome to Tarot in Paris with Zoe. I'm Zoe. This is a collective reading. When you get to this reading, when you see, watch, and read it, that is when the timing begins for you. There's so much going on right now in terms of energies in the collective. It's all in our highest good. I know it's been challenging for many people. And one of the big life lessons that's been coming up for people is knowing their worth. This isn't necessarily new, it's just that it's gained momentum. And it's in order for people to learn that you are worthy just because you exist. Okay? You do not have to earn love. You are worthy just because you exist. Let's continue our reading here. What else does the collective need to know? Okay. Unfinished symphony. Look at this. Unfinished symphony. So part of what's going on with this card, the main message for the collective in this, for all astrological signs, is that there is unfinished business where there's something going on in your life that feels unsettled, okay? For some of you, this is about going back to something that you started and looking at it. This can show up, for example, in applying for a job that you already had once upon a time and you want to go back to it. This can show up as an internal process where you're going through what happened in a relationship that ended to try to figure out why did it end, okay? Unfinished symphony for many of you can also mean that you are looking at a lot of different aspects of your life and realizing, hey, this is just the beginning. This is a fresh start. Any day can be a fresh start for me. I can continue. It doesn't have to feel finished. It's a continuum. It's an energy. It is a momentum. Okay, so this is going to show up in a lot of different ways for many people, but what the main purpose of this, seeing this card today, for whenever you get to this reading, is that it's about remembering that this isn't it. You get to continue. You get to recreate yourself if you feel the need to. You get to relook at your lifestyle, redesign it if you feel the need to. You get to look at what's driving you, which is a big part of what's also going on now with a lot of the people in the collective, with a lot of us. With many people, it's that you are looking at what drives you. What is your why? Like when you get up in the morning, what gets you jumping out of bed? Now, what was your why 4 years ago, or even 4 months ago, or sometimes even 4 days ago, may not be your why today. It may not be. And this is part of what this card is talking to us about, the unfinished symphony, in that there are times when we really are being urged by universe, by God, goddess, by source, however you may apply the words, to look at your life. It's not a finished symphony. It's unfinished. It's a continuum, beautiful gift. And to see that, okay, what used to be my why a long time ago, or just a few days ago, is not my why today. It's not what the driving force is today, okay? It could be that to obtain money was your driving force. It could be to be of service was your driving force. It could be to be fame and fortune could be your driving force. It could be that you want to leave a specific legacy. These are all the things that we see in social media as a driving force, but there are many other things that are the reason for people's why. It could be that you like to have adventure. It could be that you like to learn new things. It's up to you to figure out what that is, and that process is part of what the unfinished symphony is. Okay, that's a beautiful card to see. Beautiful. Let me look at this again, and I want to share something else. Another part of this card that's so interesting is that this is a robin's egg, which usually signals, in terms of symbolism, springtime, or again, fresh starts, new growth, new growth out of the ground. Okay, very beautiful, very beautiful. All right, let me just set that here. Let's draw another card. Subscribe to this channel, please, so we can move forward together. Again, this is Zoe, Tarot in Paris with Zoe. This card. You know what? There's 2 cards that really want to come out here, so let's see what we have first. The Emperor. Okay, so I've got 2 cards here. I have the Emperor and the 8 of Cups. So I'm going to start with the Emperor because that's the first of the 2 cards that came out. The reason for this card is the Emperor is about, okay, so in the hero's journey, which is the archetypical story of Tarot, and many people would say in human life, okay, it's the hero's journey, or heroine if you signify as a woman. The Emperor is the counterpart of the Empress. It is the king of all the kings, whereas the Empress, which we're not seeing yet in the cards today at least, is the queen of all the queens. So the Emperor is your inner counsel. In terms of this reading, I'm being told it's your inner counsel. It's you not listening to everyone else. Certainly take other people's guidance and information if it resonates with you, but only you know the answers that are right for you, okay? And this is very important, especially right now in the collective, because there is a lot of illusion, there's a lot of misinformation, there's a lot of new, but yet there's also a lot of new inventions and new information that is accurate for many people, and only you are going to know what the answer is for you. So this is about listening to your inner counsel, listening to yourself, getting centered, getting grounded, whatever you use for your tools, meditation, walks, sitting and staring at trees out the window, journaling, listening to certain music, just breathing and listening to the sound of your own breath, feeling it, whatever tool you use. The Emperor is talking about listening to your own inner counsel. That's what this is talking about in this particular reading. Also, you'll notice this bridge, okay? Now, this bridge in this card is floating, okay? So what it's signifying, what I'm hearing, seeing, and definitely understanding for this reading is that this bridge, and it's interesting too, because I kept seeing the symbol of a bridge before I started this reading this morning. It kept showing up. But then it was time to start the reading, and I said to myself, okay, well, if I see a bridge in the cards, I'm going to know it's especially important. Well, here we are, a bridge. Yet this isn't any bridge, it's a floating bridge. And what this is telling us today in this reading is you can create connection, you can create a bridge wherever you need to do it, wherever you need, whether it's your inner world, your outer world, and usually that goes, it's symbiotic, it's both, meaning you start in your inner world building the bridge, it shows up in your outer world. Yet it's also about connecting thoughts, it's about connecting emotions in this collective reading. That's what the Emperor is here to tell you, your inner counsel of building that bridge, even though it may seem like it's floating, it's coming from the ethers, it's your bridge to build. Very important. Okay, now 2 cards came out from this deck together simultaneously. 8 of Cups. Fascinating. Okay, so the 8 of Cups is talking about walking forwards, okay? There's 8 cups, and 2 of them, well, in this card, 3 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yes. This card's very different than many tarot decks. In this card, 3 cups are overturned, okay? You'll see them here. 3 cups are overturned. I'm looking at it for 4 times now to just triple check. Well, quadruple check. Yep, 3 cups are overturned. Very different card than other tarot decks. Okay, so 3 cups are overturned. In this card, that can signify many things, of course. Now, in our reading today for the collective all astrological signs, this is talking about 3 cups that you've spilt over, you're turning your back to because it no longer serves you. You don't feel like it serves you anymore. You still have all these other cups, and you're also looking to the future for more cups that you're going to fill with whatever you choose to. Now, what's really important about this is that this is part of that discernment that I'm going to pick up the Emperor again. This is part of the discernment that the Emperor is talking about for the collective. It's about listening to your inner counsel. It's about listening to what is right for you, what is authentic to you. And a big part of this journey that the 8 of Cups is talking about today, for whenever you see this reading, is that this journey is about finding your authenticity, which is a giant theme right now for the collective. It's a huge theme. Also, in this particular card, this person, this individual is holding 1 wand. It's not a wand card, it is a cups card. Okay, it's part of the minor arcana, but wands in wood specifically in this deck, also signify a type of energy. Now, this wand, though, doesn't have new growth. It does look like it's alive, even though it's a cut piece of wood, right? It does have a few branches, but what this is signifying too is this individual is figuring out, okay, there's 3 cups behind me overturned that I no longer want the contents, and they no longer serve me. I have all these other cups, right? And I have more cups in my future that I can fill, okay? And cups represent emotions. And I have this wand with me that isn't quite yet blossoming new leaves, but it is alive. And the wand is my energy. The wand is helping me move forward, okay? Then we have this moon here. And it's very interesting because this moon is talking about subconscious, but it's also talking about intuition. So this character, you, has everything they need to move forward. They have everything they need for discernment. What's mandatory, though, is that you know who you are. Again, giant theme right now in the collective. It's not that it never wasn't a giant theme in the past for humans. It's just especially poignant right now, very poignant, because to break through the illusions, to see what's real, what's not real, to be in touch with your authenticity, you have to know who you are. And that's what this reading is really talking about. And to know who you are often means leaving behind certain cups, certain emotions, certain choices that you made in the past that do not serve you any longer. Okay, so we're going to put that card here. All right, I'm going to just slide our cards here. Let's move forward. Okay, let's see what else we have. Again, this is Tarot in Pairs with Zoe. I'm Zoe. Do subscribe, please, and leave comments to this channel whenever you desire. Yeah, you know, we have 2 more cards again. Oh my gosh, unbelievable. Well, it is believable. It's another 8 of Cups. Look, it's another 8 of Cups. And it's the Wish card, the 9 of Cups. So this is fascinating. All right, I want to take another look at this particular depiction of the 8 of Cups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fascinating. Okay, so now we see a different type of 8 of Cups. Let's put these alongside one another, okay? In this depiction of the 8 of Cups, the character, who is you, has the 3 cups overturned behind him, her, they, however you define yourself, okay? Let me set this card back up. Bear with me. Oh gosh, okay, I gotta set everything down. All right, here we go. Well, there we go. Okay. Yet in this 8 of Cups, all of the cups are upright, okay? It still signifies discernment, but it is also pointing to our first card today, which is Unfinished Symphony, which you may decide that there are some cups that you left behind, some emotional choices that you left behind, which you might want to revisit, okay? It's going to be up to you, though, as the Emperor, to use your discernment as to which cups you may revisit, all right? Also in this card, we see both the sun and the moon, which is incredibly significant because it's talking about, again, subconscious and your intuition as the moon, represented by the moon symbol in this card. But you're also seeing the sun, which is meaning you're moving towards the light. You're acknowledging that you are the light and you're moving towards it, meaning you're allowing it to envelop you. You're seeing a bright future. You're feeling hope. I'm surprised I don't see a star actually in this card, given the energy of this card today. So this is incredibly fascinating. Now, as I just shared, we had a second card come out of this deck, just like we found in the first deck. Now we have the 9 of Cups. Now, traditionally, the 9 of Cups is speaking to the Wish card, your wishes coming true. Now, what I'm hearing, though, for this reading and what I'm seeing for the collective is that there is that phrase, I don't particularly like it, but it's be careful when your wishes come true. And this is pointing to, at times, there is a wish, something we desire that we think is going to be great for us. Then we actually achieve it and we realize, not for me. That's not for me. So this goes back, it circles back to the Emperor card and this entire theme of this reading. Well, there's myriad themes to this reading, but one of the main themes is that you are going to have great discernment. You're going to also figure out what is your driving force, what gets you up in the morning, what is your why. That's part of discernment. So part of your why that you might be discovering is, hey, what I used to desire, what I used to dream for, what I used to wish for is no longer in alignment with me. And you start to become aligned, which is very powerful when you're in alignment in your world, when you have authenticity, which comes from the wellspring of self-knowledge. Now, this also, though, is indicating that there is a wish coming true. Only you will decide if this wish that's coming true for you is one that you want or don't want. It doesn't mean you're not going to be grateful for it. It is a huge gift, yet you are going to decide, what am I going to do with this wish that's coming true? Okay? Beautiful. This is a very powerful reading. They always are here on Tarot with Paris with Zoe. It's such a privilege to be here with you. Thank you for joining me. Okay, let's get an animal spirit card and see what else. You know what? The shuffling just paused for a second, so let me ask. Okay, it's asking for me to take the card underneath the split deck here. There we go. Mouse spirit, tend to the small things. How fascinating. Mouse spirit, tend to the small things. Now, this is a great way to finish this reading today, and here's why. The mouse spirit, talking about tending to the small things, is part of this entire reading, in that it is the smaller steps that show us the larger picture, okay? It's the smaller steps that show us the larger picture. It doesn't mean you want to get caught in the weeds and get stuck in details, okay? You do want to keep moving forward, but yet it's also saying it's very important that while you tend to the small things, the small steps, you are simultaneously seeing the bigger picture. For example, let's say you choose to work and you have a career, whether you work for yourself, you work for a company, essentially your clients, you're working for other people too, but you get what I'm sharing here. Every step you take, whether it's administration, whether it's buying new, let's say you own a store, whether it's your admin, your administration, paying your invoices, buying new inventory, etc., you tend to those small things on a daily basis, and you know that you have to, whether it's marketing, like every single day, you tend to those small things, and those are the building blocks of your business, right? Yet there'll be days that you absolutely don't want to do one of those things. Maybe it's admin and you don't feel like you're ready yet to hire someone to do your admin work, okay? You still understand that you have to tend to those small things, yet the way to move yourself forwards, one of the big ways, is to see the big picture. So what this card is calling out to is, whilst you're tending to the small things, do see the big picture. Don't allow yourself to get engulfed in all the details. Be understanding that there is a bigger picture to all of this. Like when we see all of this and this main card that we started with, Unfinished Symphony, what's interesting is this is a number 10. Now a number 10 means a complete circle, like coming to the end of a cycle, but it's also 1 and 0, 10, right? Which is equal to number 1, and 1 is a new beginning. So it's everything and nothing all together, meaning it's an ending and a new beginning all together. I know that sounds a little very philosophical, but that is how this works. It's like when you tend to the small things, you are completing a cycle. You just finished paying that invoice, but you're also starting a fresh new beginning. You paid that invoice, now it's a clean slate. You don't owe that company that you just bought all that inventory anything more for that week that you paid that invoice, okay? That's not maybe the best example, but it is the example I'm going to share today because it's a very real example of day-to-day life as a human, right? So this is saying, again, tend to the small things, but keep your eyes on the big picture. Take care. Subscribe to this channel. I'm Zoe Summer. And again, thank you so much for joining me. Have a beautiful day.